I was interested to come across a criticism of my view that I purpose to be content, more than content. In fact, thankful for the circumstances I find myself in, because I see them, interpret them as a teaching from God to me to help me along the path. In other words, this is difficult, but I'm trusting God that it's a blessing and thankful for it. I actually thank God whether I can see the blessing or not, because I'm trusting it to Him that it is a blessing. So I thank Him. And when I find out things turn out all right in the end, I feel it's justified itself. I was thankful and was right to be thankful. There was no need to fuss and fret. He came to the party, he came to the rescue, and well, it all sorted itself out. And my then present is okay. Not as bad as one could have interpreted it in the difficulty. I interpreted it as a blessing from God sent to be a blessing. And the criticism was, well, you're likely to accept things that could otherwise be changed, and that's very damaging. He might be accepting, I think he might have been thinking in the back of his mind that I'm putting up with the troubles that some people have because, well, God's just teaching them a beneficial lesson. Now, I don't actually react like that. I may thank God for the situation, but I'm still looking for how it can be improved, that I'm meant to be understanding how it can be improved and handled. For instance, perhaps some of my values are up the spout and I need to rethink something. What I thought was valuable and purposing is not, and I should stop purposing it, and that's what's causing the problem. Or it might be that if I do so and so, this problem will disappear, and I'll therefore again have learned that, then these circumstances I should do so and so. In other words, I'm not passively thankful. I'm actively thankful. I'm enjoying the game, but I'm still playing it. I've not stopped playing the game in some passivity because, this is God doing something wonderful. I just sit here and watch Him do it. No, this situation is difficult. What are the obvious ways out of it? I can't see any. Oh, well, okay. Wonder what the reason is. I'm going to trust Him there. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Do you see, I'm not burdened by the current situation, but I am still alive to how it can change, how it can be changed, how I can initiate the change, what I can learn from this experience. And if I can't change it at the minute, well, I'm seeing how, if you like, how bad evil is. And I'm sure this will give me a greater determination in the future to avoid such circumstances where possible, and to try and understand how such bad circumstances come about, that it can be avoided. Do you see, I'm still seeing the present problem as a blessing. It's furnishing me with the gratitude that gives me hope and peace of mind in the difficulty. Well, that's a bit like saying it's relieving me of the suffering whilst and equipping me in the best possible way to find a solution. Because I'm still full of hope, you see. I wonder what God's doing here. Oh, that's a surprise. Is he opening any other doors? What's going on here? Am I just meant to... How can I best cope with this then? Perhaps I'm meant to learn how to cope with this in the most peaceful way according to my values. Not to hit the man in response to this difficulty he's causing me, but can I find a more peaceful way out? Do I have to respond with anger or depression? No, I don't think I do. I can still keep my spirits up and keep optimistic. I'm trusting God. I'm not going over and over the problem in my mind. I'm able to rest in the arms of God in the difficulty. But I am alive too very much. Wonder what God's doing here. Do you see? It's different. My gratitude is arming me to cope with the problem rather than have the problem cause me to get more and more overcome by the problem. And that's what people tend to do that don't have a meaning to life. And I find my meaning to life is, I can say, very efficacious, very effective in rescuing me in such situations to the best possible way out, not a resignation, a death caused by the situation where I just suffer it hopelessly. I'm still full of hope, and that hope encourages me to look for alternatives and ways out and meanings and what can be gained in this and what is the value of it in the greater picture. There may be limits to this, there may be such a series of catastrophes that can happen to me that I get overwhelmed. Even being overwhelmed tends not of itself to be lasting, it's relative. So, if you like, finding yourself in a prison camp is an ongoing overwhelmingness that becomes, you become sort of numb to what's going on. Utterly depressed, but it's an ongoing thing, you see. And it's in that ongoing stage that you can find a meaning to life. And some people do. They switch in an incredibly saintly way to simply helping those around them in as far as they can. In appalling circumstances. I don't mean it necessarily gets them out of prison and so on, but perhaps it makes their time the better passing. Okay.